You know, before YouTube fucked it all up, I had the greatest job in the world, opening for Hypnocast every night.
But then we got the call, and YouTube hammered us for Moxie's tits.
So now I'm jobless and broke with nowhere to go.
Your phone ringing.
Oh,
Your
the phone
ringing.
is ringing.
Big boy, come pick up your phone. How you know pick up your phone?
Hello, this is the Gopher. Who is it?
Hello, Gopher. The time is now. Hypnocast Season 3 is here, and we want you back.
Holy shit, boys, we are back in business. That son of a bitch is gonna scream any minute now. Let the show begin.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Probably all agree you can't cut 12-year-old Timmy's cock off.
Yeah. I like how you said cut for like half a second.
Yeah. Well, it's cut and cock, and it came out cuck, and yeah, that's. Whoops! Oh fuck! Oh no! Mistakes were made.
He's been waiting in the shadows patiently.
I just smashed JT the fuck out of this.
Your face is turning red.
Yeah, because I know that the next SNH I'm gonna be fucked.
Oh yeah.
But at least I
With a
won't be
horse
fucked.
cock.
That's an unknown part of the map, so I didn't see it yet. Could I survive if I jump? Nope. Nope. Nope.
America the greatest country in the world?
No.
If you were offered a one-way ticket to leave the country, never come back, but it's all expenses paid, would you accept that offer?
I don't think that I would leave. I wouldn't leave either.
Wow.
Oh, I just it's okay. I did that. I took him with me. Oh shit.
Yo.
It's always the black people holding everybody else down.
Time out. All right. You know what? Yeah. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Tired of this shit. This communist ass game, whatever. This doesn't want
Somebody
me to play.
else got it. You didn't get in.
Yeah, it's just a lot of racism today. All right. Y'all have fun. I'll just continue to watch and cope and see.
Sounds good.
And
All
look
right,
at this motherfucker pretending he's gonna watch more Stranger Things.
Yeah, you know he's gonna watch Stranger Things all day. Either that or like some game or something.
Doesn't mean I don't have my phone next to me. You know?
Watching porn.
That's tomorrow. Okay, bye.
MILF Hunters Part 14.
Now, Hypno, I could have hit you with a shuriken. I opted not to because I'm a good friend.
That's fucked up, you liar. You're a liar. You're an absolute liar. You're a liar. I knew it. Never trust white people.
Thank you, and I would have done it. You could have said thank you, and said like, yeah,
Because I knew you were gonna do it. All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right. We are live, boys. We are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do any of that, we got to bring it in close, ladies and gentlemen. We got to hug it out, man. Listen, it's the beginning of a new week. All right, it's the beginning of a new week. We're still live. Come in here, hug it out. Let's go. Don't listen to Mr. Melancholy. I don't know what his deal is where he doesn't want to be involved in the hug, but we don't listen to him. Bring it in. Let's go. We got to hug it out. There it is. All the hugging emojis. Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And listen very closely. If you are watching on YouTube, like the stream. Like it. I don't know why Old Man Cat has his dick out. Ridiculous. If you are watching on Rumble, like the stream. And if you are watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you are watching anywhere else right now, you're going to be held hostage in Mexico. So like stream. Don't let it happen to you. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking, man? What are we checking today? Guys, we got a lot that we got to go over today, man. It's absolutely insane. We got some more revelations, conspiracy theories, and overall just interesting information regarding the entire insane Xbox transition of power, if you want to even call it that. We got some information regarding the new CEO that has come to light. We got a statement from the old president, Sarah Bond, as she exits her way stage left from Xbox. So we got a lot that we got to go over. What else are we checking, man? Old Man Cat says, I like hugs. How many times do you think Old Man Cat is going to try to co-opt the Red Boy today to get some Asians? So far, we have no Red Boys, but how many times? How many times do you think that's going to happen? Walking the dogs and also taking the canines out check. Very nice, Anakin. Very nice. Oak Titmouse check. What the fuck? Sonia with the burger check. Atreus Clown check. Watch the damn Morbid Metal trailer already check. Empanadas check. Ass pull check. Sitting in on 2 feet of snow check. Only Hypno can game with more than one gaming mouse check. That's true. That is true. I want Bloodborne 2 check. Yeah, I mean, I a lot of people do. A lot of people do. Grifty the Clown check. Welcome home check. It's snowing again check. My back hurt checks. Howl 9000 check. Old Man Cat gets bricked during the hug check. That's true. Xenoverse 3 will have less characters check. Asian Jinxes check. I can't donate anymore because you said so, Hypnotic check. Burgers check. Crimson Desert hype check. Queerness is goodness check. DBZ check. Hypnotic check. Moro check. Papa Stitch check. Vulgar check. That's a lot of checks, man. No Half-Life 3 check. Oh, come on. Did you really have to go that far with the no half? God damn it. All right, boys. Our ESG scores are at their maximum. We're fully funded, man. Like the stream. Like it. Like it. Just had to add the cope there, right? Just had to add the cope about Half-Life 3 right at the very last second. Yeah, I'm not surprised. All right, guys, listen. Let's do the Big and Army roll call. Who's hanging out with us today, man? Who is out here? Who is out here in full force? Titties out, balls out. Who's out here, man? Let's see. We got Hanny, Dark Sisaloco, Romanizer 24, Fallen Reborn 74, Dragon Master. We got Okupavi. We got Papa Stitch. We got 17 Crash Gaming, Sanikin, Panthera, Tanya Raven. We got Mr. Melancholy, Monkey Man 04, Review Big Cheese 200. We got Nassin Void, John D, Melody Johnson, Joel Jimenez, Dark Tenave, Lucky Boy, Too Cool Curry. We got Jason Alator, Felstaff. We got Inferno Hell Knight, Kirakami over on Rumble. This is Sparta 9000. Jason Long, Blue Octopus is screaming at the top of her lungs, says, Harry Potter and Cozy Games. That sounds really gay, by the way. We got Draconic over on Rumble. We got Ali Kusanagi, Nick Havoc, Novak. We got Commander Sonok, Dragatello. We got a lot of people in here today, man. Voice in the Water. A Kickin' Danitz. We got Faye Summer. We got Old Man Cad says he is here and supervised. We got Raza. What's going on, Raza? How you doing? We got Rune with the power of the monkey. We got Magni32. We got Charlie Nuclear. Rudoka. 2K GameCuber. Guy Kiramon says he'll be lurking, buying parts for his first PC. Let's fucking go, boys. That is awesome. Make sure everything matches. Triple check, quadruple check. Make sure everything matches. All right, 4 more people, boys. 4 more people. Then we got to get on with the show. Who's here, man? We got Life Ferret over on Rumble. We got Grimlock. We got Incentive Added. We got Oathkeeper. What's going on? We got Dylan B. Am I here? Can confirm he's here. We got Kagami 3K. Creepier 07. We got, let me scroll down. Hold on. Matthew Watson. Randall the Vandal. And last but not least, we got Bugsy. What's going on, Bugsy? Calculator Golem. We got Ron DFK. Look at the hat. Everybody look at the hat. Look at the hat. King Dimmiwing, the absolute legend. Spam the King Dimmiwing emojis right now. Right now. Beautiful Zexel. And we got the True King. We got Kane Bladed. We got Bebop. Duck Fizzy with the quack. And we got Xavier, Calculator Golem, and Demon Carol. All right, guys, listen, I called out Ed Sonia, as many people as I possibly could. Let's sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member, and let's see who is going to get the massive Sunday sacrifice money shot today, boys. Who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? Yap Yap was amazing last night. Yeah, it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. That game actually was surprising. The complexity behind the game. It looked simple at first, but I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. All right, who is it going to be? We got Time Bound Howler says activating Hypnofelting and Aversion Discuss. Choose between the 2 animals or food in the bucket. Only one can get the money shot. I'm petty too. No, we're not doing that. We're going down by 1. DJ Conic. Oh, DJ Conic says Uno reverse. Time-bound Howler.
Holy shit.
Oh, shit. Time-bound Howler. Talk about activating the felting. Oh, man. That was rough. That was well played. I like that one. Congratulations to Time-Bound Howler, since you were so busy trying to sacrifice an animal or a food product. You ended up being the recipient of the money shot today.
What the?
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. Holy shit. All right, boys, listen, we got a lot that we got to talk about today. So let's discuss the topics because they're going to be good, man. We're going to be talking about Xbox, obviously, because there's a lot of news going on regarding Xbox. We got to talk about the CEO. Apparently, people have been really deep diving into her account on Xbox, and they're discovering quite interesting information that I want to talk about today. We're also going to go over a post by someone called Lulu. I have no idea who the fuck they are. I just know they're essentially, well, first off, they have 130,000 followers on Twitter, and they're also ex-Activision. But she made an interesting statement that I want to go over that kind of ties all this together about like DEI in gaming, because she was somebody who pushed for DEI, and now she's openly saying that DEI screwed over the people that it was supposed to help, which is exactly what I've been saying for fucking years. But anyway, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about how the CEO of Xbox apparently wants to develop stories with emotional resonance. Because, you know, you put a female in charge and everything's got to be about emotions all of a sudden. It's just amazing. So we're going to talk about that as well. We got some Saints Row news. Saints Row is pretty much dead, like super dead, essentially. We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire is part 2 is about to release pretty soon. And people are thinking this game is going to be so big that just like Hollow Knight Silksong, you have indie developers that are refusing to release their video game around the same time that Slay the Spire 2 is going to come out, which is just amazing to me. I'll never understand that, but whatever. Anyway, we'll talk about it. We are going to talk about GTA's supposed price leak. Apparently, the digital version of GTA price has surfaced online. We're going to talk about that price point because it's pretty funny. We're also going to talk about Dragon Ball Age 1000. Remember the Dragon Ball video game that was teased recently at the anniversary showcase for Dragon Ball? Well, apparently, they accidentally might have revealed what it is. They might have revealed what the game is. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the hypocrisy of gaming journos because I feel like that's a good thing to talk about. Because they just recently made a post about Solid Snake, and it's not about what you think. It's not about, the character in any meaningful way. It's about the thing they always complain about, which is gooning. But apparently, since this involves a lot of gay, I guess it's okay to goon. I have no idea. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to go over Sarah Bond's statement that she has officially issued after departing Xbox. The former president of Xbox has officially put out a statement, and we are going to go over her entire statement. So we got a lot we got to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. But before we do any of that, we need to thank the people that have gone the extra step. We need to go the extra step and just thank these people, man. The pre-stream legends. I'm working on a new pre-stream legends clip. It's almost done. But shout out to you guys, man. Let's begin and let's thank the people. Let's spam the pre-stream legends emojis in the chat right now. Starting us off was King Demon Wing, as always, with a glorious 5 membership banger. Everybody spam the King Demon Wing emojis in the chat right now.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
And considering that is the first one of the stream, you already know what that means. Shout out to King Demon Wing. Thank you so much for the 5 membership banger. I appreciate you, my man. That is absolutely legendary, as always. Always starting us off properly, man. I appreciate that, dude. And then continuing the membership train, which, by the way, on the last stream, we had a crazy membership train. I still don't know what happened. All I know is just it went crazy. It went crazy. Like everybody and their mother was throwing in memberships. It was wild. I thank you guys for that. That was very nice of you. A Kickin' Danitz gifting a membership, continuing the membership train. I appreciate that, my man. We got Mr. Melancholy with the 149 super sticker. Thank you, Mr. Melancholy. I appreciate that. And then King Demon Wing said 5 memberships wasn't enough. 5 memberships was not enough. Apparently, we need to do a 10 membership mega banger right after that.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to King Demon Wing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that for the 10 memberships. We got people in the chat screaming, more! More! That's insane. That's insane. Bro, people are funny. Zevin Cross ended up getting banned from memberships because he gifted so many. And then he dropped 100 memberships on that stream. And then he dropped 50 on Griffcast after that stream. And YouTube was like, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. So he got banned. I'm pretty sure the ban will probably lift on Monday. But it happens. It happens to the best of us. We got, let me see. Dragon Master with a 5 says, if today's new Blackstreet stream taught me anything, it means the war between consoles and PC is not over. I was paying attention, if you're about to ask. Yeah, new Blackstreet that was interesting. Let me tell you, New Blackstreet was definitely interesting. The meltdown over PC was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might have trolled Atreus a little bit too much. I might have trolled him a little bit too much, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Thank you, Dragon Master. We got to kick into nuts. What a two says more green is more call out. Everybody is saying more green. We need more green. We got King to talk. What a two says, hey, Hypnotic just saying hi and supporting. Hey, thank you, King to talk. I appreciate that, man. Means a lot to me. Say, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hope you have a good time. We got Gray Soul with a two celebrating American hockey gold. Feels so good. Congratulations. Appreciate that. Look at this. More. More. Well, like I said, I have the another one clip that I'm gonna save for like I'll save it for 20 memberships or higher. I was gonna do 50, but that's a little much. I'll save for 20 memberships or higher. And then we got Ali Kusanagi throwing in a memberships. He's like, more. Thank you, Ali Kusanagi. I appreciate that, brother. Let's go check Rumble. Rumble, what do we got? Let's look at Rumble. Rumble is asleep. Rumble is asleep. That's okay. Shout out to Rumble. Appreciate you guys. All right, we're fully caught up, ladies and gentlemen. We are trying to get to 571 tier 1s in a row and 262 tier 2s in a row. So let's see what we could do for today. But in the meantime, let's go over the topics and begin the stream. We're going to start off with the fast topics, and we're going to go from there. So the first topic I want to cover is going to be the hypocrisy of gaming journalism, because, well, I mean, that's just kind of what it is. Let's check it out. So the first article we're going to go over, or the first story we're going to go over, is an article from Games Radar, which I always find these very, very interesting. This particular article has to do with Solid Snake, right? And it has to do with Rainbow Six Siege, because obviously, if you guys are not aware, Rainbow Six Siege is finally getting a Solid Snake collaboration, and they're hyping it up. They're trying to make it into this big thing, and you know, Games Radar is clearly talking about how awesome it's going to be to have Solid Snake in Rainbow Six Siege. They're totally not going to try to make it weird, considering they are the websites that always complain about other people making it weird whenever we talk about Stellar Blade or anything like that. They're not going to do that, right? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Games Radar says nature is healing. After Smash Brothers and Fortnite nerfed him, Rainbow Six Siege has finally given Solid Snake a bigger ass, in line with Hideo Kojima's intention. He's not quite Metal Gear Solid 2 thick, but it's a start. All righty. So listen, for me personally, I don't care if you would write some article like this. I really don't give a fuck. My biggest issue is the hypocrisy behind this, because I'm almost positive, all right? I am almost positive if you were to search any of these websites, assuming they haven't scrubbed it, if you were to search these websites and look at their history, you will find them complaining about something related to a sexy female character that the chuds like. You'll find something, right? And this is why I cannot stand the hypocrisy whenever they write articles like this. Because, you know, for them, they love this shit, right? They love the gay stuff. They love the safe, horny stuff. That's what they love. But God forbid you even show any sort of heterosexual normativity, and suddenly it's a little bit of a problem. But let's check out this hard-hitting news and see what we got to say. Solid Snake is finally back on the right path once again as Rainbow Six Siege gives him bigger cheeks than his most recent appearances. Snake had a hard life. Not only has Metal Gear Solid star player not had an appearance in the game since 2008, but since then his crossover appearances have committed crimes against him. In Metal Gear Solid 2, 4, and Super Smash Bros., Solid Snake is caked up. Kojima insisted he had a better ass than Raiden, and boy did the team deliver, which led to the iconic "the clap of my ass cheeks, keep alerting the guards" meme that even David Hayter himself got in on. Who wrote this? Scott McCrae. Scott, you know what, Scott? I'm not even gonna bother. Snake's first appearance in 10 years for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the start of a worrying trend. Worrying trend, by the way. Worrying. Guys, he got paid to write this. I just want you to understand. He got paid to write this hard-hitting news. And these are the people that complain about YouTubers making a video on literally anything. Right? Like, we're not allowed to make a video on literally anything, but this guy is actually writing about Solid Snake's ass cheeks. This is the world that we live in. And again, I'd have no problem with this if they weren't the ones that were complaining about people talking about Eve's ass the entire time or Eve's boobs the entire time. You know what I mean? From Stellar Blade. Clearly that's a problem. So why is this not a problem? Oh, I know why. Because it's man-on-man action. That seems to be the problem or the excuse. So in any case, years later, he appeared in Fortnite, and it got even worse. It was gone. He was so flat, it made Hank Hill look like Aunt Fanny from the 2005 film Robots. Yeah, because clearly, like, we need to be looking at the ass of male characters in Fortnite. In any case, however, there is a spark of hope as Twitter under High Ties point out that with the upcoming appearance in Rainbow Six Siege, Ubisoft is trying to right one of the most horrific wrongs bestowed upon Snake, as he appears to be a bit more thick than his Fortnite and Smash days. Granted, he's still not the whole bakery as he was in his heyday, but it's a good first step in the return of Metal Gear. Yeah, boys, I'm just going to slap a good old knee on that. Yes, this is an actual article. This is an actual article. This is not a joke. This is not fake. It's on Games Radar. It's right here. You can clearly see it. It's not fake. But yes, guys, if you wanted Snake's man ass to return, well, Games Radar is now ready to inform you that it has returned. Congratulations. Is he real? He puts out 3 to 5 articles a day. Well, that's what they're supposed to do because they don't really have too many journos. So, and to be fair, a lot of them are being replaced by AI. You know what's funny? Wasn't there a hold on 1 second. Wasn't there? Give me 1 second. I think it was the Escapist. Escapist replaces journalists with AI. Almost positive. I'm almost positive that was the Escapist. Let me see. Yes, it was. Yes. So recently we didn't get to cover this. But I'm going to cover it now since it kind of goes hand in hand with it. So a couple of days ago, about 5 days ago, it was reported that the Escapists and other gaming news sites are slashing their staff completely as they are now gambling everything and pivoting to AI. So they're literally like everything we said was going to happen with journalists is happening. Where we kept saying that eventually you guys are going to be replaced by AI. It's only a matter of time. And that's exactly what's happening. 5 days ago, the Escapists and other websites completely fired most of their teams and replaced all of them with AI. And they kept on like 1 or 2 people to basically edit the AI. And that was it. If you scroll down, let me show you. Clickout Media is a group that buys up gaming sites and enforces them to host endless unmarked advertorial content for gambling sites and casinos. Now the owner of the Escapists, Adventure Gamers, and Esports Insider, according to reporting by Insider Gaming, is going to pivot to AI. And of course, that means firing swaths of staff and demolishing the remains of all the sites it's ruined. Sad to say that my role at the Escapists is up for redundancy, wrote the site's contributing editor Lloyd Coombs on Blue Sky. On LinkedIn, he added that means a lot of things that I'm still not quite getting my head around. Combs is just one of the many people who are losing their jobs as a result of Clickout's ridiculous folly. Insider Gaming reports that it was the Clickout Media will be maintaining a skeleton crew of AI editors. And that's it. That's literally it. That is going to be the future of most gaming websites. Or honestly, that's going to be the future of most journalist websites. Even outside of the gaming sphere, this is the future of journalistic websites. Where you're going to have 1 or 2 AI editors, and they're just going to be running that shit. Like, they're going to run everything through AI. AI is going to write the entire article. The AI editors are going to just spell check it or check it for facts or whatever, and they're going to throw it out. Actually, to be honest with you, I don't even think they're going to check it. I think they're just going to put that shit out there. Plain and simple. I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to have websites fully ran by AI, even without AI editors. You're going to have AI doing the editing for AI. Watch, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. it's the most useless job in the world. Yeah, I mean, listen, there was a time where gaming websites were a very important thing. Okay. That was just part of our history. If you guys remember, even back in the day with magazines and shit like that, like it was a very important part of history. And the sad truth is that it's something that didn't have to die. It's something that could have continued if they were focused on giving the people what they actually wanted, instead of telling them how important it was to support Palestine and donate all your money to Palestine. You know what I mean? Like, if you were actually focused on trying to give people what they wanted, which was information on gaming, whether it's the brand new games or whether it was like, guides or reviews or whatever, if you were actually focused on doing that stuff, instead of focused on trying to make people feel bad for not believing in your ideologies, then maybe it didn't have to die. Maybe you could have found some way to be profitable so that way you wouldn't have to be replaced by AI to reduce payroll. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there is definitely a market for a really good gaming website, but unfortunately, all of them are completely co-opted by idiots that don't want to actually run a gaming website. They want to talk about politics, and they want to do it under the guise of video games. These journos should go write for political newspapers. That's what they should be doing. Go write for fucking political newspapers and leave the gaming journal websites to people that actually want to write about video games, or better yet, maybe even play video games. I know that's a scary thought, but that's what it should be. You guys are in the wrong profession. You could be doing so much more somewhere else, And again, I'm not saying they don't deserve to have jobs. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that it's so fucking obvious that you guys don't want to be here. So don't be here. Just go do something else. Go do something else politically driven, But in any case, they're not going to do that because what they like is they like the power that gaming used to have in terms of the social climate. They like the power and control that they had over people. They like the ability to tell you what to think, what to feel, and whether or not to control what's the right thing, what's the wrong thing. And video games allowed that for them for many years, right? Over 10 years. Ever since the original Gamergate, video games have allowed that to exist and has allowed this certain, you want to call it ideology, whatever, has allowed this to foster. And now, over the last couple of years especially, that shit is going out the window. It's completely going out the window, and those days are coming to an end. And I think that a lot of these people realize that, and they're starting to either back out willingly or they're starting to get thrown out at this point. The sad thing is that, unfortunately, they are being replaced by machines, so you're not going to get hardcore gamers that actually want to talk about video games to replace them. But at this point, I feel like you could program an AI to care more about video games than these people ever did. As sad as that is to admit, I feel like that's the case. So, in any case, these two stories regarding the Solid Snake thing and this just kind of shows you like where the gaming media is at. And like I told you guys before on previous streams, gaming media is nearly dead. It is nearly dead, at least from the standard sense of the word. You're gonna have some people that are gonna, they're gonna I guess like be roaches, and they're not gonna go away. Kotaku, the reason why Kotaku doesn't die is not because they have an amazing editorial team. That has nothing to do with it. I'm almost positive that Kotaku is being ran by a skeleton crew right now. The reason why Kotaku is not dead is because Kotaku has been around for so long that they are worth more in their data than they are as an outlet. Does that make sense? So Kotaku is worth more on the amount of emails that they have, right, in their database. Kotaku is worth more as data than they are as an outlet. So when somebody buys Kotaku, they're not buying Kotaku because they're putting out the most amazing articles you're ever going to read. They're worth more for the data and the history they have as a company that's been around for over a decade. Right? How long has Kotaku been around? Let me see. When did Kotaku start? Let's see. Kotaku has been around, was launched in 2004. 2004. So they have over 20 years of data, 20 years of email signups and signatures and whatnot. That's a lot of time. And that data is worth a lot to companies that want to buy a website like Kotaku. Because when you buy the website, you get control over all of that data, and you can utilize that in any way that you want. So that's why I feel like Kotaku will never die, because Kotaku is worth more as a data harvesting website than they are for whoever the fuck is writing articles on Kotaku, you know? But regardless, anyway, at this point, it's only a matter of time before Kotaku is eventually replaced. Like all their writers are replaced with AI as well, if they haven't started already. They'll never admit to utilizing AI because it's against their ideology, obviously, but they are going to be replaced by AI. It's only a matter of time. So we'll see how that goes. But again, it's not just Kotaku. It's all the websites. Every single one of them. Even the Gamer got just wrecked a couple of months ago. It's not even close. So that's just what it is. We gamers have access to a lot of that same data now. Their role is redundant. No, you're not understanding. So I'm not talking about data about a video game. I'm talking about data, people's personal data, whether it's their email address or whatever. Kotaku has over 20 years of a built-in database of people's information that could be bought and sold however the company chooses when they actually buy Kotaku. I'm not talking about anything related to the fucking video games. Obviously, we have that information, but I'm talking about like actual data that these companies have. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking. That's what's worth money. That's worth more than anything Kotaku ever puts out. People should sue Kotaku for that. They can't, because they agree to it when they go on their website. You know, so in any case, that's basically it for good old Kotaku and good old gaming journalism. Let's continue. We got Dragon with a 5 says, we don't talk about the journals being misogynist. No, we don't. Ali Kusanagi with the membership. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. Adair Soto with a 10 says, Hypno, that's a problem. They can't get a newspaper job. They're also getting replaced by AI now. I think about 2 weeks ago or a month ago, does the New York Times fired a lot of people? Well, over the last couple of months, to be fair, a lot of these websites have fired a lot of people. So I'm starting to lose track over who's who, really, at that point. But yeah, you're right. Like it's gonna be even harder for them to get a job in politics or writing about politics, because they should have did it while they had the chance. Now with AI taking over, unless you were there and you're like a senior editor or something, you're probably going to be replaced by AI. So you're not going to be able to get a job writing about politics either. You're not going to get a job writing about video games or politics. You know, the day of the journalist or the job of the journalist has been so degraded over time that the fact that an AI can replace you is pathetic. You know, back in the day, journalists used to do actual journalism, and that'll be very difficult to replace with an AI, because an AI can't run around town right now and start investigating things and ask questions and stuff like that. However, they don't do that anymore, so it doesn't matter. All they do is fucking write articles, and they reach out to people via email, and you could program AIs to do pretty much all of that. So that's it. Like your job is cooked. Like you degraded your job so much, and then you thought the highest of yourself. You thought you were irreplaceable, and the moment you think you're irreplaceable, well, that's it. You're going to be replaced, and you'll realize very quickly that's not true. Good night, Papa Stitch. Have a good one, man. We got Draconic and Denarier dropping 1 membership each over on Rumble. Shout out to both you guys holding it down on Rumble. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you, both of you. All right, let's continue. Like the stream, boys. Like the stream. We got 400 people watching on YouTube. Thank you so much. We got 50 plus on Rumble. You guys are legends. Let's continue. We got, what's the next one? Let me X out the Kotaku one. I want to save the Xbox one. The Solid Snake is over. Let's talk about GTA. Okay. Check this out, guys. GTA 6. The pricing may have been leaked online. It may have been leaked online, boys. This is obviously a rumor. Okay, it's rumor-ish, but regardless, the pricing of GTA 6 might have been officially leaked online. Yeah, is right. $200? No, it's not $200. The pricing has been leaked online, at least for the digital edition. That's the key word, digital edition. Throw your guesses in the chat right now. What are we guessing? You got Raza saying 100. Melodic saying 200. Goddamn. Dark Tanave saying 100. Sadikin says $10 an hour. Sam says, I hope it's 100. Radoka 70. Nick Havoc 100, Dark Tenave 100, Felstev 80, James Dunn 150, Runts 120, 500. God damn, bro. 119, guys. This is a digital edition. 99.99. Okay. All right. That's a lot of guesses. That's a lot of guesses. Okay. All right. So according to the supposed leak, we're gonna go over it right now. The digital edition price has surfaced online to be $89.99. So $90.
Holy shit.
Trey Burkhalter with a 10. Between their activism, lies, slander, and neutrality of AI, they wrote their own obituaries. Couldn't happen to better people. Oh yeah, your mom. Fuck your rules, Tifa. Thank you for the 10, my man. I appreciate that. I agree with you 100%. So Kagami says that's $80 US. That's the thing. So it's not guaranteed to be $80 US because the euro price is the conversion. The US will pay more. Now, what they tend to do with video games is that they tend to keep the number static. So even if it's 90 euro, it'll probably end up being 90 USD, even though the conversion is more. Where that's like, this will probably convert to like what, 105 USD, something like that, right? Something like that. I think it's probably going to end up staying the same because we've seen this happen with many video games where if it's like 90 euro, it ends up staying 90 USD, or if it's 80 euro, it stays 80 USD. I don't know why they do that. It's kind of odd to me. I feel like you're leaving money on the table, but I think the price point is going to end up being the same, even though from a conversion standpoint, it should be higher. It should be higher technically. But in any case, let's continue and see what's going on. So eagle-eyed gamers, eager to determine the pricing structure for this year's Grand Theft Auto 6, have stumbled on a digital listing for the game on Xbox. While it's almost certainly a placeholder, the listing has the price of the standard game at $89.99, which will likely result in a $99.99 price tag in the United States. And again, I don't know if I necessarily believe that. I don't think it's going to be $99.99. I think they're going to keep it at $89.99 across the board because it has never been a situation where the euro price was lower than the US price. They always keep the number for the most part the same, even though the US price technically should cost more if we are going based off conversion. But according to Insider Gaming, they're thinking it's going to be $100, which has always been the fabled price point, right? Anytime we talk about GTA 6, what if people always said it's going to be $100? It's going to be $100. That's going to be the standard price, right? So that's where it seems like it's going to be. But again, I think it's going to stay. I think it's going to stay at $89.99. I think that they probably believe in their mind that $89.99 is going to be something that people are more willing to swallow. Pause on that. At a more consistent rate than $99.99. I think if they go exactly at $100, it might turn some people off. But $89.99 will be that spot where somebody would say, you know what, $10 more for GTA 6. I think it's worth it. I'm going to buy it at full price because this game is going to be bought a ton at full price. This game is going to sell like something we've never seen before. And that happens all the time with Grand Theft Auto games. It's worth stressing that the same site also has an option to purchase a PC code for the Rockstar Games launcher. And that version is boasting a more acceptable price point of $60.99, a random number indeed. So this could be a placeholder, or this could be legit. We don't know. But as of right now, take it with a grain of salt. But I'm sure we're going to start finding out what the price is going to be at some point soon. You know, it's only a matter of time. They said that they're going to start their They're going to start their marketing in the summer. They're going to start going hard this summer with the marketing for Grand Theft Auto 6 to get ready for release after summer. So, you know, just at this point, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay, well, that's it for Grand Theft Auto. Let's continue. Let me X that out really quick. Where is it at? Let's see. Let's talk about Saints Row really quick. So Saints Row recently there was a little bit of a interview discussion or whatever with the Saints Row 1 designer, who apparently, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, he had pitched the idea to bring Saints Row back, especially back to what it was before. You thought that game died? Well, no, I mean, it did. It did. It is dead. It is dead. But we're going to talk about this for a second. Dragon with a 5. Kami cannot do math. Look at 2 + 2 = 5. It's also a rounding error. I guess so. Thank you for the 5, bro. So let's talk about this. Now, when it comes to Saints Row, okay? I love Saints Row. I should say, well, the original Saints Rows. You know, my favorite is probably 3. I would say 3 is probably my favorite. Who cares? I care because I love Saints Row, motherfucker. I love Saints Row, Sam. But no, seriously. So Saints Row, I feel like is a franchise. Well, let me rephrase. I feel like Saints Row is one of the franchises that were initially co-opted and destroyed by the ideology that swept the gaming industry, right? I feel like this is one of the prime examples of ideology ruining a franchise. And I know we have a lot. Like, we have a lot of examples, but Saints Row was so good in my opinion. I loved Saints Row 3. I kind of want to play Saints Row again, part 3, just for the hell of it. I'll probably end up streaming it. But regardless, the designer reckons that the series is dead. And the reason why he is saying that is because he actually reached out to Embracer Group to try to have a comeback for Saints Row, and they completely ghosted him. They completely ghosted him. They're not even entertaining the conversation, which again is sad because if it's the original designer of Saints Row, I feel like he could bring Saints Row back to what it was, right? Not whatever the fuck we got recently that killed the franchise, it's the Saints Row reboot or something like that. But they're completely ghosting him because I'm assuming it's because they don't want to bring the franchise back, at least not in the way that this guy wants. You know, if they're going to bring the franchise back, they're going to have to convince themselves and their investors that coming back with Saints Row after the disaster of the last one and somehow keeping it about the modern audience is going to make money this time. We all know it's not going to make money. If they do that, they're going to have to bring it back to what it was if they want to make money, but they don't want to do that, right? So, but Saints Row, man, I am so sad at what happened to Saints Row. I really am. I really, really am. I think Saints Row is a franchise that could have kept on going, similar to Grand Theft Auto. But unfortunately, man, they completely fucked it up, bro. They completely fucked it up. And it's just one of those dead franchises now. I think we will see the return of Saints Row sometime in the future. I really do. I don't know how. You know, obviously Volition is dead, so it all depends. But I think at some point in the future, we are going to see Saints Row come back. You know, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I think we will see a return. Or they will probably start doing remakes of the franchise. So they'll do Saints Row 1 remake, Saints Row 2 remake. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what they'll do. But I do think it is going to make a return at some point. Zevin Cross says, what are we humming? What are we humming about? Industry shift needs to happen first. Yeah, well, we're seeing that even more. We're seeing that slowly but surely. Change, guys, you know, I say this all the time. Change does not happen immediately for anything, right? Change happens slowly over time. We didn't get to where we are now in the span of like 6 months. It happened over many, many years, and it just continued to fester and fester over and over and over again. And then slowly but surely, it started to be fought back against over the last couple of years. And change is going to take a really, really long time to happen, where, you know, gaming can hopefully get back to what it was, you know, a nice middle ground. But, you know, obviously, considering all the shit that's going down with some of these video games, still, even in 2026, we are seeing video games that were being developed in 2020, 2021, you know, prime DEI years. We're seeing video games start to release. They were starting development around that time. So we're not anywhere close to being back to normal, I guess you can say. And I don't know if we ever will get back to normal. I think that the AAA industry is going to have to take quite a feltoning for them to really get off their ass and figure their shit out, so to speak. You know? Michael says, am I late to the live? Guys, is he late? Is Michael late? Are you late, Michael? Are you late, Michael? You're late, but you know what? You're here, so that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. I also think what it was is that with Saints Row, there was a fundamental misunderstanding of what made Saints Row as good as it was and still be so different than GTA, right? Because people do this shit all the time where they compare the two. And I feel like maybe you could get away with that with the first couple of ones, but with the third one especially, bro, the game was totally different. It's totally different. And I think it was absolutely a fundamental misunderstanding. Whoever was in charge, Volition, modern day Volition before they got felted, whoever was in charge of Volition making Saints Row reboot, they had no idea what the fuck they were doing. And if they did have an understanding of what made Saints Row as good as it was and so loved by the people that love Saints Row, they chose to take that and purposely ignore it. They purposely did the opposite of what they knew people wanted. And the game got fucked for it. And then they were cocky about it. They were cocky about it. They were like, well, if you don't like the direction, don't buy the game. Okay. Well, we're just not going to buy the game. And now your studio's closed down and the game failed. Like, why did any of this need to happen? Why did this franchise have to die? Why did you have to sacrifice it? Because you're so fucking stubborn. Like, I don't get it. I will never understand it. But in any case, that's where we're at. And he said, okay, let me read this part. More recently on the BitPlanet Discord, Stockman reiterated that the ball is in Embracer's court. He wrote on February 17th, as long as they are in business, they own it. They could license it to me or contract us to manage it, but I've done all I can do to try to make that happen. So he is really trying to bring this game back, but they don't want to do it. For whatever that reason may be. Maybe they have something planned on their own, or maybe they just don't want to do it for whatever reason that may be. I don't know, but I think that kind of sucks. Give the guy a chance, man. We've seen some passionate people want to take over franchises again and take them out of the hands of corporations that don't know what to do with them or just leave them to die. And we've seen them have some success from this. Hytale probably is one of the best examples of this. Hytale was going to be left to rot by Riot Games. And the original co-creator of Hytale was like, hey, I will buy it out from you for a hefty sum of money. And we will try to make something happen. And they sold it to him. And now look, the game is doing fairly well. It's got a lot of people playing the game and it's not even on Steam yet. So we need to, like, if they have the money and they have the means to do it, give them the chance to do it. Because people that go all in like this, if somebody goes all in and invests all his money into a project, I think that he would try his best to do right by it more so than a corporation that utilizes it as just another fucking piece of content, So I don't know. I think this kind of sucks, but I hope that maybe they entertain, his offer or something like that. We'll see. Passionate people can turn shit into gold. Yeah, exactly. 100%. 100%. If somebody wants to do it, let them do it. Let them do it. What's the big deal? You're not even making Saints Row. Your last Saints Row got fucking felted. Just sell the franchise, make a few $1 million from it off the sale, and just let it be. But you know what's the truth is that a lot of these studios and a lot of these companies, they like sitting on dead IPs. They like sitting on IPs because they can monetize that IP later down the line, either by selling a remaster, something lazy, right? Like they'll sell a remaster or they'll do the remake or something like that. Like they like to stay on these IPs and hold it because the more IPs you have, usually the better, especially if it has a legacy to it, like Saints Row. And, Disney does this too. Disney is notorious for this. Disney is notorious for sitting on IPs and doing fuck all with them because they like to have the idea of like, okay, well, we can lazily monetize this at some point in time. We can put this TV show on Disney Plus to try to get people to want to subscribe to Disney Plus, or we could make a remake of this. You know what I mean? Like that's what they do. And gaming studios are no different. So I don't know, man. I hope they entertain it, but realistically, Embracer, especially Embracer, like, come on. Embracer kind of sucks when it comes to shit like that. I don't think they're going to want to entertain it at all. But hopefully I'm wrong, Hopefully I'm wrong. But anyway, so that's the story about Saints Row. Just wanted to share that with you guys really quick. We got Adair Soto with it too. Saints Row was competition to GTA. Not really. Not really. I'm not going to lie to you. Not really. Like, see, here's the thing. I think that there was enough room in the world for both of them. I think that they serve two very different markets. And I think that while it wasn't necessarily direct competition, I think that it definitely had its own fan base that would have easily supported them monetarily for a long time. If Saints Row would have came up with something like GTA Online, but for Saints Row, I guarantee you would have made money. The fan base that was there would have enjoyed something like that, guaranteed, even alongside of Grand Theft Auto Online. It would have been something that could have made money for them. But Saints Row is better when it's a single player experience from the beginning to the end. If they wanted to do a separate live service online thing, they could have. But don't stop putting out good single player video games with funny stories, hilarious characters overall, and just crazy scenarios that were only done in Saints Row. Bro, the fact that I could literally run around in Saints Row and beat the shit out of somebody with a giant purple dildo. I mean, come on. That's like, it didn't take itself serious, you know? Saints Row 1 and 2 took itself a little more serious, but Saints Row 3 and beyond, it didn't take itself serious, you know? And that was part of the allure behind it, and that's what made it really funny, you know? So, I don't know. I think I would love to see the game make a comeback, man. I still remember the ending. I think it's the ending of 3. I always say this because it's like my favorite. It's one of my favorite scenes in a video game. But the ending of Saints Row 3, I believe it was 3, correct me if I'm wrong, where you start running to go save whoever, I forgot who it was, and then you got I Need a Hero playing in the background. You know, I need a hero. Remember that? That shit was amazing. That was hilarious, bro. That was one of the best moments in gaming, bro. I was like, this is fucking funny. You know? So I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with Saints Row, but it was so epic. That was 3. Yeah, that was 3. I forget the characters' names. It's been so long. I just remember that moment because it was so funny. It was, and I purposely ran around with the purple dildo just because it was funny. I was just like, yep, I Need a Hero playing in the background. I'm swinging at people with a purple dildo. It's just hilarious, bro. It's so hilarious. Adair Soto with a 5, and sometimes those contracts will last over 100 years, just like Disney. Other corporations, especially, yeah. Oh my god. The Nemesis system. Oh my god. We don't even want to talk about the Nemesis system, dude. The Nemesis system. The fact that system is still held behind bars, especially with the closure of the studio, fucking makes me sick. It makes me sick, and it is literally like it is literally one of the worst moves from a I guess a creativity standpoint, but a consumer standpoint too. It's one of the worst moves by far. And the fact that they still will not release the Nemesis system behind bars is insane to me. It's like, you guys can license out that system and make so much money from the developers they want to utilize that system, but you are choosing to keep it behind bars because of reasons, because of whatever. It's like, yeah, exactly. It's literally being held hostage for the most, actually, I can't even say bullshit reasons because we don't even know the reasons. We don't even know the reasons other than we're going to assume that they're being assholes about it. They're being greedy about it. And then the crazy thing is that if Netflix gets their hands on Warner Brothers, they're going to own the Nemesis system, which you really want Netflix to have the Nemesis, bro. It's just, I don't know, man. There are so many decisions in gaming that piss me off, and that's one of them. The Nemesis system being behind bars is one of the most egregious things from a creativity standpoint. And it just proves exactly what I was saying before, that these companies will do everything they possibly can to keep this shit under their own belt, even if it means they don't use it and they don't make money from it. They don't care. They just will keep it just to say that we're the ones that have it. And on the off chance we can monetize it, we'll monetize it under our own, our own way. But it's crazy, bro. Anyway, the reasons are probably BS. Of course they're BS. It's corporations, bro. They're going to BS you all the time. Hey, Denariah, thank you for the membership, my man, over on Rumble. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for that. And Adair Soto, thank you for the 5, dude. I appreciate that. In any case, yeah, that shit got to go to court. How is that legal? It is legal. It is legal. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is absolutely legal. But there's not much you can really do, man. What can we do? They have complete control over that, unfortunately. According to Dragon Defender, he says that I talk about random stuff as I ignore most of people in Rumble. Well, I didn't ignore you. Hello. Now we get to sit here awkwardly. As Denariah corrects you and says he reads Rumble chat occasionally. LOL. Well, to be fair, if you look at, well, I mean, you're not a streamer. I assume you're not I'm assuming you're not a streamer. So if I were to go into my StreamYards, right, and I look at the chat on YouTube, the chat tends to fly pretty quickly, especially when I ask questions, because there's like 500 people on YouTube, and then there's like 40 or 50 on Rumble. So when I'm looking at the chat that has the combined chat of Rumble and YouTube, Rumble tends to get squashed at the sheer speed of the chat. But I still try to involve them, To be fair, I still try to involve them, So appreciate that, man. Hey, Rumble chat roast. 50's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. No, Rumble's growing. I've been streaming. Listen, I've been streaming on Rumble since... Fuck, I don't remember, bro. Like 2022, 2023, maybe 2022. I don't remember. I gotta check the account. All right, but anyway, that's the Saints Row conversation. And again, it just sucks that these studios, man, them holding on to shit that they know they're not going to utilize anytime soon, and holding back the creativity of other people that can utilize, whatever the franchise may be, and make something interesting, or try to make something interesting. It's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. But anyway, I'm sure it's frustrating for the first guy too, the guy who's trying to get the get the franchise back anyway. Like the stream, boys, wherever you are watching. That includes Rumble, by the way. Rumble. Grade A for $1 says Square Enix new Sleeping Dogs, please. Oh my God, that's another one. Genre doesn't get many new AAA releases. Also, check your Steam gift tip, though. I will. Great Ape, I will. Just not right now, but I will. I promise. I'm going to check it after like another topic or two. I got you. That's another one. Sleeping Dogs is one of the greatest fucking video games, bro. I mean, Sleeping Dogs is genuinely mind-blowingly amazing. And I don't know if it's because at the time it came out in or whatever, but just the franchise as a whole, like Sleeping Dogs is so good. And the sad thing is that if we get a Sleeping Dogs 2, I cannot trust Square Enix of modern day to do it in any way that's going to be proper. I just can't. I can't imagine them doing it in a way that, Sleeping Dogs fans would actually enjoy. Think about it. Like modern day Square Enix making Sleeping Dogs 2. Do you think that's going to work out very well? Probably not, But Sleeping Dogs is so good. And sometimes, bro, I'm not even lying. Sometimes I'll install Sleeping Dogs because I know they have like the upgraded texture pack so that it looks really good on modern systems. And I'll just play it because it's that impressive. It really is that good. If you haven't played Sleeping Dogs, you should play Sleeping Dogs. That game is on sale quite often. Play Sleeping Dogs. It is really good. Adair Soto with a 5, and like Disney was fighting for Whistle Mickey to court and they lost. Yes. You're talking about Steamboat, what is it? Steamboat Willie? They were fighting for Steamboat Willie. They didn't want it to go public domain, and I think they lost that. Pretty sure they lost that. And that's why we got so much Mickey stuff now. Even though it's not called Mickey. It's just based on, Steamboat Willie, the first version of it anyway. So thank you, Adair Soto. Appreciate that. All right, we fully caught up. Let me check. We got Dietrich Kodak with $1. You have been streaming on Rumble since January 29, 2022. Belated congratulations on 4 years. Yeah, I figured. I knew it was a long time. I knew it was a long time, Dietrich Kodak, because it's been out for a little while now. I was one of the first people to give Rumble a shot, and I've been utilizing Rumble for that long. So, I mean, there you go. That's a long time. All right, let's continue. So let's get into now the conversation about Slay the Spire Part 2. So everybody knows Spire 2's launch is going to be coming out pretty soon. When's the exact date? Let me check Steam really quick. Slay the Spire 2, March 2026. It's coming out soon. It's about a month away, right? So Slay the Spire 2 is going to be coming out soon, and just like Hollow Knight, okay, just like Hollow Knight Silksong, where every indie developer was scared as balls to release their game alongside Hollow Knight Silksong because for some reason they're just self-defeated. They don't want to compete, and they're just like, well, I can't compete with that, so I'm just going to delay my game and stop my fans from being able to enjoy the game because that game is just too good. Well, it looks like Slay the Spire is doing the exact same thing. Not only that, though, there is a what do you call it? There is a Slay the Spire lookalike or alike or whatever you want to call it, which is going to delay their game because, well, they're basically Slay the Spire, just not Slay the Spire. Is Spire 2 really that hot? So I think it is. If we were to go to, hold on. I know a lot of people are looking forward to Slay the Spire 2. I don't know how big we're talking. I don't know if we're talking like, I don't know if we're talking Hollow Knight level, but it's pretty up there. So let me see. Let me look at the charts really quick. Oh yeah. It's up there. It's up there. I mean, look at the numbers. So if you look at the numbers, almost 100,000 followers, right? It is number 31 in wishlist activity and number 5 in top wishlist overall. Number 5. This game is going to do some numbers. It is absolutely going to do some numbers. There's no doubt about it. I don't think it's going to do Hollow Knight Silksong numbers, but it's gonna do numbers. And if we look at Slay the Spire, let me see. If we look at the first game of Slay the Spire, look at this, bro. Look at this. It hit an all-time peak 2 months ago of 57,000. 57,000. This game came out. Hold on. This game came out in 2019. That means it has 7 years of developing a fan base. 7 years of developing a fan base. So you got 21,000 people playing the game right now. 29,000 people playing in 24 hours. Okay, there's people playing this more than there are playing High Guard. Think about that, right? So I think considering the amount of people that are playing this game, I think that this is going to probably hit, if I had to guess, because we're talking about 7 years. 7 years of a fan base that continues to grow as time goes on. So I'm going to say it's probably going to hit like 200,000. If I had to guess. The lowest recorded price of this game was $2.49. It's currently $24.99. I would say this game is probably going to hit 200,000 with part 2. I think there's a big enough fan base to support a 200,000 concurrent player count, or maybe like 150 or something like that. But I think it's definitely there for sure. For sure. Oh yeah. I mean, look at this. You have estimated sales between 3 to 10 million on Steam. So it's probably like 5 to 6 million sales on Steam. Maybe even a little bit more than that. I always try to take the middle number. It's never free. It costs time and energy, says Air Razor over on Rumble. Interesting. Fair enough. I think with these sales, there's definitely enough to support a 200,000 concurrent over on what do you call it? Over on Steam. I definitely think it can happen. Yeah, number 5 top wish list. Absolutely. I think it can happen. Ladies love board games. You think women are the primary people behind this? I don't know about that. This game doesn't have a price yet, right? It says available March 2026. I don't know if they're the driving force behind a game like this, but maybe they are. Who knows? But we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, I just want to go back because I hate the mindset of people that just don't want to compete for whatever that reason may be. It's kind of like streamers that'll be like, they'll be brand new streamers and they'll say, I don't want to stream at 9 o'clock, because at 9 o'clock you have XYZ person streaming. And every time I see that, and the guys know this because I've had people ask me this question, and I always give them the same answer. Who gives a fuck who is streaming at whatever time you want to stream. All that matters is you are able to stream consistently for the people that are going to watch your stream. Whether that's 2 people, 5 people, 10 people, 100 people, it doesn't matter. Stream at the time you want to stream, make it consistent, make it entertaining, and then eventually people might not choose you in the beginning, but if they stop by and they enjoy what they see, they might choose you in the future. You're not going to get everybody, but you might start building a fan base of your own at the time that you want to stream versus forcing yourself to stream at a time you don't want to stream, and then you end up changing it later down the line. It's like, just focus on yourself and fuck everybody else. There's YouTube is a massive landscape. Massive landscape. There's more than enough viewers at whatever time you want to stream to build your audience at that time. You know, so I just hate when I see developers say, well, I don't want to launch my game because that game is going to be fucking felting us. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe it will. Maybe it will. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you an example, and I talked about this with Hollow Knight, and I'll talk about this with Slay the Spire because it's kind of similar, right? So I want you guys to look at something really quick. So Slay the Spire came out in 2019 January 23rd, 2019. All right, let's look at the release date. So Steam release was February 2019, which means they had early access for a long time. They had early access since 2017, right? Look at these numbers. Look at these numbers. Are these impressive numbers? Maybe, right? Like 3,000 might be impressive for an early access indie game. And word of mouth started spreading. And once word of mouth started spreading, look what happened. By the time February 2018 rolled around, which was a couple of months later, they shot up to 33,000 players concurrently. And then by the time they got to their actual release, it dropped a little bit, but they maintained it and they grew over time. My point is that you don't think that Slay the Spire in November of 2017, you don't think that they thought that releasing their game next to other games might be problematic? Of course. I'm sure there was video games that released in November of 2017 that stole the thunder from Slay the Spire. I'm sure there was, right? But that can't stop you because eventually you might start off as being the one that nobody chooses. But once people discover your game, or in another case, discover your stream, once people discover it and they realize it's good, word of mouth spreads. And then you start growing from there. And then before you know it, you become the guy that nobody wants to release around. That's the same thing that happened with Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight started off nowhere near what it is now. But people tend to forget that. So it just annoys me when I see developers not even wanting to give themselves a shot or even compete, and then basically destroying themselves on their own, and just they're so worried about someone else's performance. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. Focus on your game. Focus on giving people a reason why they should be playing your game instead of Slay the Spire. And again, you're not going to convince everybody. You might not even convince 10%, but you could probably convince 5%. And if your game is good, guess what? People are going to spread the word of mouth. They're going to be like, hey, this game's amazing. Play this game. And then you play the long game. Over a couple of years, you build an audience, build a fan base, and then you end up like Slay the Spire, where your concurrent player count 2 months ago was 50-something thousand. I guarantee you the new one is going to hit over 100,000. You know? So anyway, just annoys me whenever I see something like that. I'm like, I just wish people had more faith in themselves. That's basically it. So, all right, let's talk about, well, I mean, the next topic is going to be about Xbox. So let's do Dragon Ball. Let's talk about Dragon Ball. Any super chats I got to catch up on? Let's see. We got Ryan's black girlfriend. Oh, shit. Ryan's dating a black girlfriend. Nice. With a 10. Hypnotic Reiki egg roll. I show him real good.
Gay.
Okay. It's pretty gay. Not even going to lie to you. It's a little gay. But you know what? That's fine. That's $10 worth of gay, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. What the fuck? That's insane. Ved Gamer with a 5 says, okay, hear me out. Asha Sharma is kind of good looking. That big You can't say "hear me out" and then say something right after the fact that's gonna make me not want to hear you out. You know what I'm saying? Like you get two for that. You get two for that, my guy. You get two for that. That's crazy. That's crazy work. That big smile of hers should put everyone at bro. Nope. We need super chat moderation. No, super chats are it's a time where people troll. It's kind of where it goes. But thank you, Vet Game. Thank you, Vet Gamer. I appreciate that, man. That's crazy. Anyway, all right, let's continue, guys. Like the stream. Again, we're at almost 500 on YouTube. That's amazing. I appreciate that. And shout out to Rumble. You guys are not ignored. Look at Dark Exile on Rumble. This is why we don't talk about Rumble. Look at this. She reminds me of a horse.
Holy shit.
Jesus. Fucking Rumble, man. Holy shit. All right. Are we on the Xbox topic? That's next. We're gonna do Dragon Ball, and then we're gonna talk about Xbox. Is Sura with a 2 says Fearin yet? No, guys. Why do we have so many Fearin simps in this chat? Jesus. Why does that happen? All right, let's talk about Dragon Ball. So, guys, you remember Dragon Ball Age 1000? Remember that trailer that we saw that was kind of a letdown? It's kind of a letdown. But, I still wanted to see more from it and kind of see like what's going on with it or whatever. Well, apparently we might have gotten a accidental reveal. Guys. So, Dragon Ball Age 1000 may have just been accidentally revealed to be Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3.
Holy shit.
Which is wild. Now, again, take this with a grain of salt, okay? Take this with a grain of salt. Don't get hyped. Don't go crazy. Don't do any of that just yet. Take this with a grain of salt. Now, a lot of people had speculation that this was the case, that it was going to be Xenoverse 3, but there was obviously no confirmation. But where this is coming from is the following. Let me just show you where it's coming from so you understand. So, an apparent accident on the Southeast Asian YouTube page for Bandai Namco, which is their official page, by the way. It's an official page. It's not like this is not a fan page or anything like that. It's an official page. They might have accidentally revealed that the forthcoming Dragon Ball game, codename Age 1000, is actually going to be the next Xenoverse game in the Dragon Ball franchise. The reveal was spotted by several individuals online when Bandai Namco Southeast Asia had placed the Age 1000 reveal trailer in a now deleted playlist titled Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, which is crazy. Crazy. Now, keep in mind, it's been nearly a full decade since the last game in the franchise was released. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 was released all the way back in October of 2016. The game has received numerous quality of life updates and have proven blah, 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 blah. So, again, all of this came from a playlist on their official... You can see the playlist right here. By Bandai Namco Entertainment Southeast Asia, one video... Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. Crazy shit, boys. So I don't know. Could it be true? Maybe. Could it not be true? Maybe not. But take it with a massive grain of sugar. Since somebody was like, why do we always talk about salt and not sugar? Well, there you go, sugar. Take it with a massive grain of sugar. Pretty cool. I would not mind if it was a Xenoverse game. It also wouldn't be very surprising. They're looking for their next game that they're going to monetize for the next 10 years. That's what it is. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're looking for. So I just wanted to share that. That's a fast topic. And again, keep that in the back of your mind. We will be following that story. I'm curious if Bandai Namco is going to like officially reveal anything. I think that they had initially something planned for April, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had something planned for April. And most likely at April, that's when we'll find out whether or not, this is Xenoverse 3 or something like that. So we'll see. It's long overdue anyway. Yeah, exactly. It is long overdue. Old Man Cat has a supervisor. He married her. True. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So now we're going to get into the topic of good old Xbox. You guys ready for that? A crowd. Lower it down, crowd. Jeez. You don't got to clap that. You don't got to clap that loud. Guys, we are still trying to hit 571 tier 1s in a row and 262 tier 2s in a row. I don't think we're that close to tier 1, so we'll see where we're at after the Xbox conversation. But we have 2 Xbox conversations that we have to cover. All right, the first one's going to be about the new CEO, and the second one is going to be about Sarah Bond. We're going to split those into two separate topics. I think that's just a better way to do it, to be honest with you. So we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. All right, anyway. So let's continue. Where are we at? Let's go. Let's start off with the CEO. Yeah, let's do that. All right, guys, we are going to talk about the Xbox new CEO, Asha Sharma, in this video. And the reason why we're going to be talking about her is because a lot of people have been deep diving into her, not only her gamer tag over on Xbox, which, again, I've had my thoughts on that, and I've expressed that pretty consistently throughout. So, but again, people are basically tracking her Xbox account, and they discovered a couple of things that are leading people to believe, ironically, that the former head of Xbox's AI division is essentially just an AI herself. Are we going to be looking at the first ever AI CEO? I don't know. But we have an interesting post here from Permaband over on X that we're going to go over. And we're also going to be going over an article from Insider Gaming, kind of talking about Asha Sharma's plans for the stories that she wants to develop while at Xbox. And spoiler alert, a female CEO wants to make these stories hyper emotional. Yeah, I know you're just as shocked as I am. So the post here from Permaband says the following. He says, odd story building up on Xbox's new CEO, Asha Sharma. And he's quote tweeting, well, not really quote tweeting, but he's showcasing a couple of screenshots from their, I guess, their account over on Xbox that we'll go over after we're done with this. So part of an ongoing rabbit hole of a discovery concerning Microsoft's new gaming division CEO, Asha Sharma. We have been told that the new CEO of Xbox will be good for the brand, the Microsoft's gaming division. Now, I know a lot of people have problems with her lack of experience in gaming, myself included. But at the end of the day, as I've said many times on social media, I don't look at these people to be gamers anymore. I feel like the time of hardcore gamers being behind gaming studios, at least the large studios anyway. There's a lot of indie developers that are hardcore gamers that are running their own studios. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the big companies. I'm talking about the PlayStations. I'm talking about the Xbox. I'm even talking about Nintendo. You know what I mean? Like, these people, these companies are run by suits and ties. That's who they're run by. I'm not going to look at these people and ask them what their favorite video game is. I know some people want to, and that's okay. You can ask whatever you want. But I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for, what are you going to do for me as the customer? I want to know what your plans are. I want to know how you're going to fix the business. That's what I'm more so concerned about. But again, people can ask whatever they want. It is what it is. So that we should just ignore or disregard the incompatible skill set of her work history versus the proper demands as the head of gaming. Now, there is a question to be asked, right? And, you know, Real Life Fake Wizard, shout out to him. He asked this question on SNH, and it's an important question to ask, which is, why did you get this job? Or how did you get this job, more so? Because your history has nothing to do with Xbox gaming whatsoever, or gaming in general, right? You control AI. You control cloud-oriented stuff. And for me, I think that answers the question. I think people are not realizing that her skill set is exactly what they want. She may not have experience in Xbox gaming. She may not have experience in gaming in general, but she has a ton of experience in AI and cloud-oriented services. And that's exactly where Xbox wants to go. It's been pretty obvious for at least a year or two now, maybe even more, that with the pushing of Game Pass and the lack of focus on their hardware, especially their console, they want to go to streaming services. They want to go to cloud services, and they definitely want to go to AI, considering the amount of money that they're investing in AI. So believe it or not, her experience, her skill set, I think is exactly what they want at Xbox. And I know people want her to have a history in gaming. But again, you guys got to understand, these companies are run by suits and ties, and they want somebody who is going to do what they're told, number one. Satya Nadella wants somebody who's going to do exactly what they're told, and she's going to do exactly what she's told. And number two, they want somebody there is focused or at least experience in the direction they want to go. But anyway, let's continue. So, okay, fine. But while problems start to arise when the new CEO showed her Xbox account to dispel doubts. Now, this right here, I really feel like was such a stupid move. This was such an obvious, hello, fellow gamers kind of move where she's like, hey, guys, I'm hip like you. I like video games. See, I played Halo. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, nobody's going to believe this person. I don't believe them. I don't believe any executive. In modern day executives, I don't believe them for the slightest that they're gamers in any capacity. Sarah Bond tried to do that one time where she was doing a video interview and somebody asked her about her history of video games. She was like, yeah, I love video games as a kid. And she named some of the most normie fucking games that you could possibly name. She's like, yeah, I've been playing since I was a little girl. Nope, nobody believes you, bro. Nobody's ever going to believe you. Hello, fellow gamers doesn't work, but they still do it. And it's because I firmly believe, and you're going to probably believe after you read this, what we have planned for this video, I think you got to realize that, she's probably not even running her own account. I do not believe she's running her account. They scrubbed her account. Her account has been around since 2021. They scrubbed her account, and she only has 2 posts on it, and they were very recent, right? When she was announced to be the CEO, and then she obviously did the name your 3 favorite games thing. It's like, bro, really? This is your first post? Anyway. So people started scrutinizing, and odd things started cropping up. The very first achievement she unlocked was dated the January 16th of 2026, which was the Halo Master Chief Collection. So it is at best a 1-month-old account. Achievements for multiple games unlocked on the same date, implying non-organic grinding of various distinct games within the span of 1 day. 100% completion in short walking sims type games like Firewatch, which was 3 to 4 hours total, Gone Home, A Short Hike, Townscaper, and Ball X Pit. She played for 43 hours in 1 week. How does the future CEO of Xbox have this much time to know life so many different video games at once in such a short span of time? I doubt the future CEO has this much time to just play games if we are led to believe all her playtime is legit. If it's legit, it also raises questions about her procrastinating in her roles playing games instead of actually doing work. So what does this mean? Well, before I read what he says, I'm not going to read it. Before I read what he says, I'm going to tell you what I think, okay? She's basically, they have someone playing her account, okay? They have someone playing her account, or it's a combination of they have someone playing her account, and, I mean, if you're the CEO of Xbox, you mean to tell me they don't have some sort of backway compatibility to unlock achievements without having to actually play the game in any meaningful way? Somebody's playing her account, bro. They hired an intern, and they said, hey, play all these games and play as much as you can, and unlock as many achievements as you possibly can so that it makes this account look as good as possible within the next month of time. That's what it is, bro. That's all it is. And anybody that's thinking it's anything other than that, you're crazy. There's somebody else playing this account. It is so obvious. And I don't think that's insulting. I think it's insulting you're trying to convince us that that's not the case. But I don't care. Like, again, I don't care about her fucking playtime in Master Chief Collection. I don't care about her playtime in Ball Pit. I don't give a fuck what you do at home. I only care about what you do when you are working on the clock. What are you doing for the customer, and what are you doing for the business? How are you going to fix that? That's all I care about. I don't give a shit what you play in your free time. But anyway, so what does this mean? Well, people are suspecting that the new CEO here got someone from Microsoft to stage an Xbox account for her to manufacture legitimacy and trying to get people to stop scrutinizing her non-existent work experience in video games and possibly non-passion for it. Listen, that only works on the people that shill for your company, okay? The only people that are going to fall for this gamer cred bullshit are people that want that to own the chuds. That's literally the only people that are going to fall for it. You're going to have the shill accounts that are going to be like, oh, great, she proved all the chuds wrong, and she is, in fact, a gamer. You're amazing. We can't wait to see what you do, Asha. Hey, by the way, invite me to your next, event. But, hey, you're going to do amazing. That's literally the only people that are going to believe this. Anybody else is not going to believe this, and they have every right not to believe this. Well, if that's the case, firstly, they're doing an extremely bad job at it. That's obvious. And secondly, lying to gamers' faces is just going to anger them even more. I would have hoped Satya and Asha realized that. If it turned out Asha's entire Xbox account was really just staged, bro, it's a month old. Guys, can we stop? Like, can we stop with this? Like, this is so insulting to people's intelligence. It's not even funny. Guys, it is a 1 month old account. Okay. It is a 1 month old account. This woman has been with Xbox for a long time. If you've been with Xbox for a long time and you only have 1 month old of an account, that means that it's been staged. Okay. It's been staged. It's obvious, right? Like, if you have a 1 month old account, but you've been with Xbox for fucking years, there are certain perks that you have as being an employee of Xbox. I'm sure you would have had an Xbox account for the longest time, but you don't have one. So it's obviously staged. And who cares, bro? The only people that care are the fucking shills that want to own the chuds with whatever this fake account is. They're the only ones that care. So anyway, if you look here, Xbox CEO profile is 1 month old, and it shows suspicious behavior. There are some journalists that are actually reporting on this, which is pretty funny. But in any case, that's basically that. So now let's talk about her plans. Now, again, for me, I care more so about the business side of things and what she's going to do for the customer, what she's going to do for people that play these games. What are you going to do for us? That's really what I care about. I don't care what you do at home. I don't care what video games you play. I want to know what you're going to do for us. And we've heard some of her plans. I don't believe any of them. It's a wait and see situation, right? Because it was all just like a massive bit of PR. That's really what it is. However, there's an article here from Insider Gaming that's really caught my eye, and that is the Xbox CEO wants to develop stories with emotional resonance. Now, it wouldn't be concerning, okay, if it wasn't modern day, but unfortunately it is modern day. And when I see a female CEO, which, by the way, I'm more than willing to give a chance, although I find highly suspicious that all these companies are now adopting female CEOs out of nowhere, extremely suspicious to me, but whatever. Okay, prove to me you can do something. And she just got she just got her position, so she has time. But to see a female CEO say that she wants to have stories with emotional resonance tells me that we're going to be getting some soy boy shit. At least that's how I'm reading it anyway. So anyway, let's go down here and see what it has to say. If you look, it says, in an interview with Variety, Sharma was quoted as saying that she likes games with deep emotional resonance. I mean, what woman doesn't, right? Like, we're talking about video games like, what, Life is Strange or something. She also touted the game Firewatch as a game that resonated with her emotionally. Again, if anybody's played Firewatch, it's got a pretty crazy story, but it's Firewatch. You know what I mean? Like, most gamers are not playing Firewatch. It's highly critically acclaimed, but most games are these days, so that's not really saying much. Sharma plans to win over her core Xbox gamers and earn the right to be trusted. She hopes to develop consistency over time that will lead to a stronger relationship with the player base. I'm coming into gaming as a platform builder, she noted. In response to a social media comment, she even listed her 3 favorite games, Halo, Valheim, and GoldenEye. Bro, again, like, what are we doing? Halo, of course. You work for Xbox. You're going to say Halo. It's not like you're going to go and you're going to say, oh, God of War. You're not going to say that, bro. You're not going to go out there and say your favorite games while working for the Xbox is fucking Ratchet and Clank. You're not going to say that. Like, it's the easiest answer to give. Oh, Halo. Halo's my favorite. Duh. You know what I mean? I think that we are going to see probably her biggest influence, most likely in the stories being told, at least from what it seems anyway. She's not a writer, but it's all about who she surrounds herself with. And if you actually look, people are digging into the fact that she's surrounding herself with people that have been around her for a very, very long time. And a lot of studios, they do that. I'm sorry, a lot of CEOs, they do that. When they get position of power, they fire the people from the previous team and they bring in their own team. This is how it happens all the time because people feel more comfortable working with others that they've been working with for a long time. And one of them is good old Matt Booty, right? Matt Booty is going to be enacting her initiatives. Sarah Bond will assist her and provide guidance during the transition before she leaves Microsoft, which I'm going to have a totally different video talking about Sarah Bond and her statements. So again, guys, in terms of the CEO, going through her account, all that really shows me is that they are staging everything to try to make it seem as if she's one of the, not one of the chuds, but one of the gamers. Like that's what it is. And they do this all the time. And it's so funny how they seem to do it more with female executives than they do with male executives. I guess it's because they automatically expect some backlash because there's not many women gamers, contrary to popular belief of the whole, oh, there's 50% female. No, there isn't. No, there isn't, bro. Like, there is a mass amount of female gamers in the mobile market that they try to utilize to bolster the numbers of other markets, and that's not how this works, right? If you go to most gaming events, you're going to find 95% male. If you go to most gaming cons, you're going to find probably 70% male. And the other 30% that are female, they're going to be running around buying all the cute shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mostly male gamers, and we all know that. So when a female comes in and she's in charge, they tend to go above and beyond to try to convince everybody she's one of the guys or one of the players or whatever. So we'll see what ends up happening. But again, guys, we need to stop looking to these executives to be fellow gamers, and we need to start looking to them and hold them accountable for the bullshit that they do and the lack of, following through on the promises that they make to the consumers that are us, right? They work for the gamers at the end of the day, and they found that out the hard way over the last couple of years, and either they're going to put up or they're going to shut up. And I think that her qualifications are exactly what they want at Xbox for modern day and into the future. I think this is exactly what they're looking for. A woman who's going to push AI, a woman who is going to push us into the cloud gaming, which is Xbox. Xbox wants to go into cloud gaming. They are going to want to get to a point where they could take away performance from you and then sell it to you as a subscription later down the line. That's what they want to do. This is their plan from the start. And I think she is the one that is absolutely going to see it through, more so than Phil Spencer ever would have. At least that's my idea anyway. So when people talk about her qualifications, you need to look at what she actually knows and realize that she's fully qualified. She's just only qualified for what they want. So AI CEO, yeah, exactly. Like they want someone to go into AI and cloud gaming. That is what they want, and that is what they're going to look for in regards to leadership. People that are going to push AI and cloud gaming with no questions whatsoever. So we'll see. AI is great, but not for art such as video games. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. It's going to happen. It just is. So we'll see how that works. People, and you know what's funny? People have said that about a lot of technology. A lot of technology that's been implemented into gaming in the past. People have said that, and then eventually they just kind of like let it go after it gets utilized in a way that you can't even notice. But, Stadia was such a wonderful success. Hey, Xbox thinks they could do it differently. That's just what it is. Xbox thinks they could do it differently. Who cares who failed in the past, So, anyway, let's catch up on Super Chats, and then we're going to talk about Sarah Bond. Hey, we got almost 600 on YouTube. Shout out to you guys. Like the stream, boys. Like the stream. Hope you guys are having a good evening so far. Raptor Kratos with a 2. Hello, fellow humans. Bro, I will never forget when YouTube creators over on Twitter responded to my post, and they were like, hey, fellow human here. Bro, literally this song played in my head. You really think I'm stupid with the hello human here? Who fucking talks who talks like that? There's no human that talks like that. What's wrong with you? You need to reprogram your AI. It's like, what the fuck? Bro, that was the weirdest thing that I've ever seen. Just ultimate sadness. So much sadness. Oh, man. Anyway, it is what it is. That stinger from Heavy Rain, right? Yeah, pretty much. Then we got Vet Gamer with a 10. They always think we are stupid and underestimate gamers. We are problem solvers. We look at details of every game to find secrets. Exactly. The mindset that they think we have versus the mindset that we actually have are just completely different, and they just don't understand. They don't understand. DJ Chronic, thank you for the membership on Rumble, brother. Thank you for that. Speedy Cake with a 5. All I want out of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is for them to add the Dragon Ball storyline to spice things up. You think they'll do that, though? I don't know if they'll do that. I don't know if that's actually a good point. I don't know if they'll do that, though. I guess time will tell. We'll follow up on it. Adair Soto with a 2. Hello, fellow chugs. Pretty much. Hello, human here. That's crazy, bro. I will never forget that shit, bro. That was wild. Anyway. All right, let's get into the final topic. We are going to talk about Sarah Bond. There is so much to go over with Sarah Bond. We definitely need to go over that. So let's see what we got. Let's go here. Hold on. There we go. Okay. All right, here we go. Room with the Power of the Monkey says, just give me Super Saiyan 4 and Xenoverse 2 and 3. That's fair. You also want more playable races. That is also fair. That is also fair. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. All right, guys, it's time to talk about Sarah Bond, the exiting president of Xbox. And the reason why we are talking about Sarah Bond today is because she is helping, obviously, the new CEO transition over to her role. But not only that, she finally issued a statement following the news of her departure. So she's been pretty quiet over the last couple of days. And I mean, honestly, I don't see why she wouldn't be, considering that, you know, this all kind of happened out of the blue. Like none of this was, I don't think any of this was spur of the moment. I think it was all planned, and it was spur of the moment for us, but they knew it was going to happen. And Sarah Bond has finally issued whatever her statement is. So we're going to talk about that in this particular video and see exactly what she has to say. Now, there's a lot of conspiracies that are going around out there. And, you know, we talked about this on SNH every Saturday, 8 p.m. live, where Atreus had his conspiracy that the reason why she was exited from the company is because, well, she was just a little bit too close to Phil Spencer, if you catch what I'm saying. But again, there's a lot of thoughts and conspiracies around why she decided to leave. Now, I do find it a little bit out of the blue and a little bit shocking because I don't know about you guys, but the entire time Phil Spencer was in charge and Sarah Bond was her, you know, basically his right-hand girl, I thought, according to what they were saying anyway, that she was being trained and prepared to be the next one in charge over at Xbox. So for her to leave at the exact same time as Phil Spencer, and for her to leave so abruptly when she was supposed to be the next one in charge, and then randomly this other person who wasn't part of Xbox Gaming, which is Asha, whatever her name is, to get the position, it just seemed kind of weird. It seemed like this kind of happened all out of the blue. So let's see what she has to say. So according to GamesRant.com, outgoing Xbox president Sarah Bond issues a statement following departure news. The former Xbox president and COO Sarah Bond has shared a parting statement with colleagues and fans after she announced that she would be stepping down from her roles alongside Phil Spencer, who is also departing from the company. Xbox and Microsoft Gaming will be undergoing their first major C-suite shift in some time, with Asha Sharma taking up the mantle of CEO at Microsoft Gaming and a dual role of executive vice president with Matt Booty. And the latter would also be serving as a newly appointed chief content officer over at Xbox. Despite the unexpected executive shifts, Sarah Bond's departure comments have shared an optimistic outlook for the future of Xbox and the words of support for the new leaders who will be forging the future of Microsoft Gaming. All right, so before we get into that, what I will say is that one of the biggest, probably if not the biggest, red flags in her leadership tenure was the fact that she ended up joining the board of directors at Tyson Foods, which is like, again, why is it that the Xbox, you know, COO, why is she joining the board of directors over at Tyson Foods? I just think that was a little bit random and kind of out of the blue. And I feel like that should have been one of the biggest red flags as to something's going on. I don't know if she is trying to have her exit strategy. I don't know how long this was planned. I don't know how long they had this idea in their mind to replace Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond. I have to think that they must have known about this for probably almost a year. And the reason why I say that is because they specifically timed this the way that they timed this, because they did this executive change after all of the, investor calls and the quarterly reports and all that stuff were already done. They waited till that was done, and then they announced the change. And it happened within a couple of days. It's like 1, 2, 3. That's not normal. You know, that's not normal at all. So something is very weird with all of this. But anyway, so Sarah Bond was first joined Microsoft in 2017 to assist with gaming business partnerships and would eventually climb the ranks and be promoted to president of Xbox in 2023, working alongside then CEO of Microsoft Gaming, Phil Spencer. Xbox saw a number of massive changes in its approach to both hardware and services during Bond's tenure, with more recent years seeing a strong focus on changes to Xbox Game Pass, a corporate shift away from console exclusivity, and major deals like Activision Blizzard acquisition in 22. Sarah Bond helped lead Xbox through the trials and tribulations following that Activision Blizzard deal and helped the company to overcome various challenges. As Bond prepares to leave Microsoft and Xbox, the outgoing president has shared a reflective look at what she and her team accomplished, blah, blah, blah. So here's what I will say. One of the biggest by far problems, and I've said this with many videos regarding Xbox, and I know Xbox fans don't want to hear it. I'm sorry, it's the truth. One of the biggest issues that Xbox is facing is an identity crisis. It's a loss of identity. People can have their thoughts about the console wars, whether it was good or bad for business. I think it was good for business. You can have your ideas behind it. It's fine. But the console wars ended up creating an identity for all the platforms. And Xbox was one of the first ones to forego that identity completely. PlayStation started to forego that identity slightly by releasing their games on PC, but they still release games exclusively on their platform for at least 6 months to a year before releasing it on Xbox. Xbox decided to just forego all of that immediately and just completely threw it all away. And not only that, they completely threw away their own hardware and their own console, and they focused so much on Game Pass, but none of it mattered. Some people don't even realize that even though Xbox has focused completely on Game Pass, PlayStation Plus still has more subscribers. Isn't that insane? Like PlayStation, that's just an additive. PS Plus is an additive thing. I feel like Game Pass is the identity now for Xbox, or at least that's what it probably should be at this point. But PlayStation just, PS Plus is an additive feature. You use it for online, but nobody thinks of PlayStation and think of like, oh yeah, PS Plus. No, they think of the games, they think of the hardware, whatever. Xbox, Game Pass is everything. Game Pass is everything for Xbox. And even though it's everything, it's still less subscribers than PlayStation Plus, which is crazy to me. I didn't even realize that until about a year ago when I was looking into the numbers and realized, oh, wow, PlayStation is actually beating Xbox and they're not even trying. They don't have day one releases. They don't have any of that stuff. Like Xbox is actually trying and they still have less subs, which is crazy. But anyway, let's continue. So let's talk about what she had to say. In a dedicated note shared with her team and posted publicly on LinkedIn, Sarah Bond stated that she is incredibly proud of what Xbox and her team were able to build over the past 8 years, making particular note of the rapid growth in PC and cloud gaming, the development of the next Xbox console, and the laying of a foundation for a more open gaming platform. Bond revealed memories of her commitment to help lead Xbox through a period of critical change and presently sees the state of video game industry as a transformative technological era, which I don't disagree with because we do definitely live in a time where, AI is so rapidly changing. It's not even funny. And at this point, we are going to see gaming change drastically in the next 5 years, whether it's for the better or for the worse. We don't know yet. I hope it's for the better. But, the gold rush is happening. All these companies are treating AI as the modern day gold rush, and they're all trying to be the number one in AI with the best technology and the best, whatever they could do, they're trying to do it. And what we're going to see is a lot of companies go broke chasing the AI gold rush, and they're going to be absorbed by the bigger companies that didn't go broke. Microsoft is one of them. But in any case, so as such, Bond believes this moment offers a unique opportunity for eyes and new leadership to guide Xbox and Microsoft gaming into the next chapter of gaming. She thanked Phil Spencer and Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, for their support over the years, and she sent well wishes to Asha Sharma. So again, guys, very interesting stuff. Of interesting note from Bond was mentioned that she'll be assisting Asha Sharma during the transitional period as a special advisor. It is unknown if this role will be served in any official capacity or if it simply allows Bond to aid Sharma in settling into new duties with occasional guidance. Sarah Bond's message ended with 3 crucial questions that she used while acting as president of Microsoft with gaming. Those questions all revolve around having the best performance while helping others to succeed and ensuring a superior result. Both Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer's departures have left many wary of the immediate and long-term impacts on Xbox, though this parting statement from Bond and comments by Matt Booty have reassured both employees and fans with passionate support for the new changes at Microsoft Gaming and Xbox. So, this is a lot of corporate speak, okay? I think what's going to happen is the following. First and foremost, we are going to see some massive changes with Game Pass. I can't tell you what they are because I don't know. Again, I'm just guessing. I've been pretty decent at guessing what's going to happen, especially with Game Pass. But I think with the removal of Phil Spencer especially and Sarah Bond, those two together incorporated a lot of the changes we know from Game Pass right now, that for the better or worse, whether better for consumer or worse for the company, there were some good and bad changes in there. And I think we are going to see either an overhaul or some big changes with Game Pass within the next 6 months to a year. I think that's going to be the first move for Asha and Matt Booty. I think that's going to be their first move. Then it's going to be the focus on hardware. I think they're probably going to try to make something, change their advertising. I think they might get rid of the, you're an Xbox, your mom's an Xbox, the toaster's an Xbox. I think that's going to go completely out the window. And they're going to change up their advertising, where even though they're not doing exclusivities, they're going to advertise their console as if it is an exclusive place to enjoy the Xbox platform. I think they're going to try to regain their identity. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to try to regain their identity some way, somehow. And I think those are going to be the two main focus for Matt Booty and Asha as well. And then after that, we could talk about the video games. We could talk about like whatever video games they might be, have coming out in the future or whatever. We could talk about that at that point. But they have to fix their identity crisis first. They have to fix the lack of faith in the Xbox brand. They have to fix that first before focusing on the games. And then they can utilize the games after they fix their brand, and their image of their brand. If they can't fix the image of the brand, they really have nowhere to go at this point. So it's going to be an interesting situation for sure. It's going to be curious to see how they go about this. But, at this point, she's made her promises. Matt Booty has made his promises. And all it takes now is figuring out whether or not they're actually going to follow through. That's really it. We can't do anything other than wait and see whether or not they follow through. So we'll see how that goes. We got Andros the Warrior over at 10 says, why can't Devil May Cry characters be put in a Final Fantasy game? I mean, Kingdom Hearts had some Final Fantasy characters, so why can't Devil May Cry? That would be awesome. Can you imagine that? That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be amazing to see to see Dante fighting Cloud or fighting Sephiroth or something like that? It would be amazing. No, I don't know, bro. Again, we can, how many times I want to say booty in this stream? Booty. No. So, I mean, listen, at this point, you can have an argument for exclusivity. You can have an argument against exclusivity. And I think both are valid in their own ways, and that was something that we were trying to discuss on SNH. Obviously, we were arguing about that back and forth, but I think you can make an argument for both for sure. But, at the end of the day, once you decide, it's hard to go back, right? So once you decide to give it all away, like Xbox decided to give it all away. Once they released Halo on PlayStation, that was it. You know what I mean? Like that's literally it. Like Halo, even though it's old, Halo is still known as like the Xbox game. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of history behind that. And once they decided to put that on PlayStation, and not only that, I'll raise you another thing. You know what was the most insulting thing to fans of Xbox? In my opinion, because I'm not a fan of Xbox. I want to be very clear. I'm not a fan of Xbox. I don't give a fuck, but I can still understand like, hey, that's probably pretty insulting to fans of Xbox. One of the most insulting things to fans of Xbox was that they said that they were not going to release physical copies of Xbox games moving forward. But meanwhile, if you buy an Xbox video game on PlayStation 5, you could get a physical copy. Bro. Hold on a second. So you mean to tell me that I can't even collect Xbox games physically anymore unless I go buy a PS5 and then I could get a physical copy of an Xbox video game? What the fuck? Like that is insane to me. Like that's like, bro, you are literally foregoing your entire brand, your entire, like the people who want to support your console, the people that are like, yep, I want to buy an Xbox and an Xbox only, but I can only get the physical copy from the PlayStation? How the fuck does that work, And it's because Xbox decided that they didn't want to do physical copies for most of their video games anymore. At least that's what they announced about a year ago. And PlayStation was like, yeah, no, we're going to keep doing physical copies. So if you want to release a game on our system, we're going to do a physical copy. And most of the video games from Xbox, especially the major ones, got a physical copy. Some of the smaller ones didn't. But that's okay. Maybe some of the indie games or whatever. But like the main releases, the big ones, they got physical copies. It's so crazy, So, I mean, that's just what it is. And even if it's a small amount, it's still kind of a big fuck you, and it just kind of shows like, it's like, bro, are you trying? Like, are you trying to push people away from your system? You know what I'm saying? Like your competition is not quite doing that to the extent that you're doing it. So why don't you go halfway like they are? Why don't you go halfway like they are and then see who wins and then kind of go for... They didn't do that, though. And I think it's because Xbox knew that they lost the console race twice now. 2 generations in a row they lost. So at this point, they're like, we can't keep up. So we're just gonna focus on the games. We're gonna focus on the content, and then hope that that's enough to pull us through. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy, man. Dare's Ultimate with a 2-year PlayStation is an Xbox now, everyone. Basically, basically, right? Like that's what it is. We got 605 of you on YouTube. Like the stream, guys. What I'm gonna do is hold on really quick. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2.5 seconds. But you gotta count like a sloth. All right, you're not allowed to count fast. You can't count fast. Okay. Do not count fast. We're only at a half a second right now. You're not keeping track. Okay, you're not keeping track. Guys, we covered all the topics we're going to. I just want to thank all 600 of you for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. If you're new here, like the stream. Join us every day, 9 p.m. Eastern. We stream 7 days a week, 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Sunday through Friday. If you had a good time, come hang out with us again. We would love to have you. If you want to check out my gaming content, because I do gaming content pretty much almost every day as well, I'm going live tonight. I didn't even announce that yet. I'm going live here on Hypnotic Gaming Live. I just put the link in the chat on YouTube and on Rumble. We're going to be playing some Neo because we're a little bit behind on progression, and I'm trying to complete the game before Resident Evil 9 comes out. So we're going to be going live after we do the Waifu Battle, and if you're not going to hang out for the Waifu Battle, that's where it's at. Go hang out there. We're going to be raiding over there and playing some Neo 3. So shout out to you guys who are new here and who are not here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. We're going to do the Waifu Battle now. So let's have some fun. Let's do our thing. We're about, T-Jab says we're 93 away from Tier 1. So we're not that far from Tier 1. Maybe we get lucky. We'll see. Let's do the Waifu Battle. Let's have some fun. And let's close out the show. And let's go do some gaming after this. Here we go, boys. All right, boys. The Waifu Battle is here. Now, if you guys missed the last Waifu Battle, holy shit, was it close, boys. It was close. I think it was like $2 or less. $2 or less. But at the end of the day, man, Felicia ended up still being the Waifu Battle champion. Crazy. Crazy. That's insanity, boys. That's insanity. But regardless, that's what happened, and it is what it is. All right, with all that being said, let's go over the rules of engagement. Rule number 1. All super chats during the Waifu Battle can and will count towards a particular waifu. But the only way they're going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You got to put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, then it will not count. It does not matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact and you put the name of the waifu you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2. You can vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Felicia, who won by $2. Need I remind you? Or you can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen is going to be the one that counts. So please, if you are going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? We never understand the rules. Let's be real. But the rules have to be stated because they still exist, even though you don't understand them. Don't lie to me. Okay, don't lie to me. All right, boys, listen. So, considering, I mean, I like to bring out waifus that are sometimes relevant to the topics we discuss, right? Like, I feel like that's a thing. I feel like that should be a thing. I kind of want to keep making that a thing. But sometimes, we bring out random waifus. However, this waifu is relevant to the topic that we were discussing. Considering that we were discussing Xbox for such a long time today, we are going to bring out a waifu who is extremely relevant to Xbox. right, boys. The challenger that's going to go up against Felicia is going to be none other than the one and the only legendary anime version, by the way, because, well, we need an anime version, or at least as close to an anime version as possible. Cortana, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Felicia or is it going to be Cortana? Keep in mind, we got some hardcore voters for Felicia. So keep that in mind. But Cortana is back in the waifu battle, ladies and gentlemen. She's a little bit upgraded. But she's still Cortana at the end of the day. So it still counts. She's acceptable. Thank you. I do try my very best. Deadeye's Lock with $1 says Fearin. Oh my god. These troll super chats can help a waifu win, damn it. Oh my god. GTA 6 releasing this year. I have a better chance getting another Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer teasing release. No, I think they are going to release it. We'll see. Crash Collins with a 5 over on Rumble for Felicia right out the gate. Damn. Why am I not surprised? Thank you, Crash Collins. Appreciate that. Dark Mistress with a 5 says, Felicia, I'm not a furry, I swear. But her toe beans are so cute, though. Really? Thank you, Dark Mistress. I appreciate that. Gray Soul with a 2 says, Felicia, Cortana is Clanker adjacent. What is with the Clanker hate? Why are we hating Clankers again? What is with the Clanker hate? You could transform Cortana into anything you want. Almost. Anyway. I like how when people vote for Felicia, they have to preface it by saying that they're not furries. You notice how that only happens with Felicia? It's crazy, bro. They're like, I'm not a furry, but I like Felicia. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. No, the name does not go last. Clarking. Stop it. Ron DFK with a 2 says, Cortana, some AI bluebies. Yes, sir. Thank you. You see? It's that easy. We got to vote for Cortana. Finally, let's go. Crash Collins with a 5 says, Felicia, I am not a furry. Bro. Crash Collins is in so much denial, it's not even funny, bro. It's not even like, come on, bro. It's not even funny. Crash Collins. You gotta just accept it, bro. Just accept it. It's okay. Run with it, man. That's so funny. Oh my god. So far, no love for Cortana. This is scary, boys. The tears might be gone today. I thought Cortana would get some love considering we were talking about Xbox today, but damn. So far, she only got the cowboy to vote for her. That's insane. That is insane. Crazy shit, man. But hey, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. We still got time. Boys. We still got time. We got... Look at this. Air Razor saying, nah, furries are bestiality adjacent. Oh my god, bro. The feltoning is crazy. It is crazy. Listen, D-Draconic with a 5 says, Felicia, I don't give a fuck. There you go. See, you just gotta own it. Man. Melodic Method with a $20 banger for Felicia. Furry status being sought by fuzzy AI logic. Please wait. Damn, bro, what is happening? What is happening to Cortana right now? This is insane. I didn't think this was going to happen, even against Felicia. God damn. All right, boys. Well, it's time to bring out Felicia to the screen. Ladies and gentlemen. The champion is here. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. It's still anybody's game right now. It could be Felicia versus Cortana. It doesn't matter. Let's find out. We got Fallen Angel with a 2 says, Felicia got that cat scratch fever. Oh my god. This is crazy. We got Gray Soul with a 2. Felicia, I do have some furry love. Not ashamed. Oh my god. Well, at least you're not ashamed. That's good. Good for you. Good for you. I'm setting up the poll for the stream right now. We got another one. Hold on. Zero Hero with a 2 Cortana. Hello, my Homo sapien. Finally, we got some Cortana love, but she's still in banned territory. She might be completely felted. This is not good, bro. Damn, bro. Oh, shit. 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 Hickory Excalibur with a 99.99 Red Boy Hyperbanger for Cortana. Fuck you, Super Chat trolls and furries. Damn. Not only did he put Cortana in the lead, but he's trolling the Felicia fans. Holy shit, boys. No, that was crazy. That was crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, what the fuck? That came out of nowhere. Well, Cortana's not getting banned anymore. Cortana is not getting banned anymore. Damn. Oh my God, bro. Thank you, Hickory Excalibur. I appreciate that, man. I got to get you a clip. Let me know what clip you want. Let me know what clip you want after the waifu battle. I got you, man. Holy shit. That's crazy. It is now anyone's game. Great Ape with $1 says Pandanotic. Oh my God. Great Ape, come on, man. Come on, you gotta vote for one of these waifus, man. We're gonna go over gifted games after this, by the way. We got one gifted game from Great Ape. We gotta go over. Holy shit, man. Can't believe that. That's crazy. Dragon Defender says, yeah, fuck you, Crash Collins. Yo. The furries are getting attacked right now. The furries are getting attacked right now. That's so funny. Dark Exile says, I didn't get to see Cortana. Rewind the stream, but we're about to end soon, so... But she was looking really, really good. Really good. Man, this super chat scared off a lot of the Felicia fans. They scared... Yo, this super chat scared... Oh! 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 Hickory Excalibur with a 49.99 says Cortana want to secure the win. Bro, he is talking so much shit. He is talking so much shit. Dude. Rumble, you guys better hurry up, man. Stop lagging. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Waiting for Rumble, waiting. And that is it. That is it. The last super chat. Holy shit. Hickory Excalibur scared them all away.
The Waifu Battle belt is mine.
Holy shit. That is insane. We do have a super chat from Dietrich Connick with a 5 for Felicia over on Rumble. But I don't think that's going to be enough, boys. I don't think that's going to be enough. Mods, count it up. In the meantime, Hickory Excalibur, you got to let me know what clip you want, my man. What clip do you want, Hickory Excalibur? Damn, bro. Felicia fans, you guys just left her? That's it? That's it? Oh my God, bro. That's crazy. I thought for sure there was going to be like a chair shot or something. Holy shit. Look at Old Man Cat trying to convince Hickory Excalibur Asians. Look at this shit. Yo, we should have a Clanker clip. We should have a Clanker clip considering that Cortana won. I'm pretty sure Cortana won. I think so. You think it was a trash outfit you put her in, bro? I didn't put her in anything. That was a fan voted picture. And I utilized it. It was, what do you mean trash outfit? Bro, she was out there more than fucking Cortana was. Them titties were out there like crazy. Hey, trash outfit. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Stop it. Stop it. You're voting for the waifu, not the outfit. This isn't the outfit battle. This is the waifu battle. You're voting for the waifu. You know what I'm saying? Did Hickory say what clip he wants? I'm trying to find it. Are we doing clankers? Like, what are we doing? Clankers? Let's fucking go, bro. Let's fucking go. That's what it is.
All right, boys, we got another Red Boy Hyper Banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Shout out to Hickory Excalibur with the crazy $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger, not to mention the 50. Sadly, it wasn't enough to get us a tier 2, but you definitely, with everybody else, saved tier 1. So thank you so much for that, Hickory Excalibur. I appreciate that. Let's go over the numbers. T-Jap says we got Cortana at $155.98 against Felicia at $54.54. That's crazy. 54.54 is crazy. Holy shit. That's insane. Which means the winner and the new Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only Cortana, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, bro. That is honestly, like, it's shocking. It's not shocking, but it's also kind of shocking. It's a little shocking. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little shocking. It's a little shocking. Let's do it one more time, boys. One more time. Hold them up. One more time. I am sure there is a lot of coping and seething happening in the chat right now. I already saw some.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that's going to be it for the Waifu Battle, ladies and gentlemen. Cortana is going to go backstage. She will face off against another waifu tomorrow. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Do not miss it, man. Do not miss it. I feel like we have a good time every day, man. Come on. Come on over. Hang out with us on the stream. It's going to be a good time. 7 days a week, boys. 7 days a week unless otherwise notified. Wow. John D literally just came out of nowhere and saved tier 2. Bro, shout out to John D out of nowhere dropping that insane Red Boy hyper banger, bro. God damn. God damn, bro. Holy shit. It's like a last minute save. Every once in a while, we get last minute saves, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to John D. He says, say what about tier 2, mate? Hey, you got to let me know what clip you want. Thank you so much, John D, for saving tier 2. Officially getting us to 262 tier 2s in a row. And we're at 571 tier 1s in a row. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for your clip, we're going to showcase gifted games really quick. We got Great Ape. Great Ape says, here's to not being a salty PC Luddite like Atreus, bro. I think that new Black Street stream is going to go down in infamy. I really do. I really do. I think that rage, crash out, whatever you want to call it, over PC gaming was crazy, bro. It was like legit crazy. It was so crazy. BOTW and Monster Hunter mix. Breath of the Wild mix, really. Mike Laidlaw of BioWare game. NPC is a bit too talky, but gameplay was all right. Oh, Eternal Strands, a next generation action experience where the elements obey you, the terrain bends to your will. I've never heard of this. Eternal Strands. I got to check this out. Thank you, Great Ape. I appreciate that. Mike Laidlaw. I do know that name from BioWare, so I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Holy shit. Fucking legend, bro. John D. John D. What clip are we playing on the way out, man? What are we playing? Did you say? Did you say? Did he say? I don't see anything. What clip are we playing, my brother? You felt bad for him? Yeah, I felt bad for him too. But see, that's the thing. I think he said my choice. Oh yeah, okay. I'll choose. The crash out with Atreus. I think every PC gamer has experience in the beginning of their PC journey at some point. But then you learn. You either learn or you don't learn. You know, you just gotta learn. You gotta learn what to look for. You gotta learn for the easy. It's always the easy answer. Like 9 out of 10 times, if there's something wrong with your computer, it's always an easy answer. All right. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, spamming the chat, super chatting, gifting memberships, everything. I appreciate it. I hope all you guys had fun tonight. And shout out to the Hypno Mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you guys as well. We're going to give John D a clip tonight. And I will see every single one of you over on the game stream. Here's the link to the game stream. I put it on YouTube and on Rumble. We're going to be playing some Neo. We got to make some progress on Neo because we fell behind for the 4 or 5 days I was off. So we're going to make some progress, and we're going to use our late night streams in order to do it. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And I will see all of you on the game stream in a little bit. Until then, you guys already know, go be bigots and go be gooners. What clip do I want? Bye.
All right, boys, it's another Red Boy hyper banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you can't.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina. Vagina. Vagina.
Put a ticket in Maker Gang. Fuck it, yeah, Jones. Put a ticket in Maker Gang. Fuck it, yeah, put a ticket in Maker Gang. It means put a chicken in it, we eat, and make her fucking gang. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day California shit! 'Cause that's all we fucking know! 'Cause we're boring! We're so fucking Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.